like we know African parents are always, we should not just forget that African parents don't have that patience. Some, let's say some. They feel like if they have let me say they start communicating with the child, it's like you're already opening or you're exposing the child to know things they are not supposed to know. So do you think the best way to go about it is by communicating, putting the child down, talk to her like this thing you're supposed to do at this age? We know very well that maybe men are coming your way, or maybe you explain more further.
Yes, I do think that a conversation should happen.
Okay.
I know that in our culture, in our tradition, parents don't really sit down with their children from early on to have that intimate conversations like this, which I think is something that, we need to start implementing in our culture.
Yes.
Because by the time a girl is 22, she kind of is already set in her own ways.
Yes.
So I think the conversation needs to start happening when they're young teenagers, so that by the time when they turn 20, when they get to 18, we already feel like we're adults when we're 18, 19, 20. So by the time they get to that age, now the foundation has already been set for the daughter to be able to follow. I do think that for myself, when I was growing up, I did get like beat. So, when I got beat, it didn't stick as much as when I was sat down and talked to.
Okay.
So I think the best way is to be able to sit down with your child and have that one-on-one conversation with them.
Okay.
And, also parents have gone through life experience, so they could use their own experience to share with their child. Like, hey, I went through X, Y, and Z. This is what happened to me. I'm trying to help you to avoid those, because our parents do have a lot of wisdom due to their experience. And a 22-year-old doesn't have much knowledge in that way. So if the mom or the dad could sit down with her and have a conversation that means something that is intimate, I notice also in our tradition, we're always like yelling. So we don't create space for each other to have that conversation. So I think at her age, it's important for the mom and dad, or the mom, to sit with her, especially, and have a conversation woman to woman, because at this age, she's a woman now. She's not a child. And beating a woman would only, like she said, lower her self-esteem. And that can actually derail her into actually doing things that, like, for example, if a man would give her attention, she's going to take that attention over the beating that her mom is giving her. Because most of the time when we're not listening, it's because we're seeking attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.